patron of UKIP, so I never stopped being a member of it.
So you are still a member?
I am, apparently for life.
And are you still helping to bankroll UKIP?
Not at the moment, no.
Why is that?
I think at the moment we've had internal problems with UKIP, which I think have been well sort of aired. I think a lot needs to happen to the party, particularly in terms of professionalising it. And I think it's ill prepared for this general election. Are
you going to run in Clacton?
I certainly will be, if selected.
For UKIP?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Have you ever been to Clacton?
I have not. I've been to Clacton once with Nigel on the campaign.
So you're going to run in a constituency you've only been in once?
Yes. Why does that surprise you?
That you know nothing about it?
Well, I've only just decided recently to become the candidate there.
Why should, I mean, do you know where it is?
Of course I do. Your little piece the other night was completely wrong, by the way.
Really? You could find it on the map.
As I said, I knew where it was, but I didn't know much about it.
Maybe the people of Clacton, I mean, they'll regard you as a carpetbagger, will they not?
Why?
Because you've never been there.
I think most politicians are carpetbaggers. They're in politics for the wrong reasons, and I certainly will be down there to make a difference.
I always thought the reason why you wanted to fight Clacton was because of your just visceral hatred for Mr. Carswell.
Well, there certainly is that.
And he's not going to run now.
Well, he only lasted 24 hours after I announced my candidacy, so we'll see what happens. I mean, the main thing is I'm going down to Clacton Monday to meet the local UKIP councillors, see what the issues are, and see if they want me as a candidate. They may not want me.
Who do you think you'll be up against?
Well, I'm told that Giles Watling is a lovely bloke, so I think whoever they elect, he's the potential Conservative candidate.
Oh, the Conservative? No, I mean who in the UKIP will be?
I don't suppose anyone in UKIP will stand against me. I wouldn't have thought.
Really?
I would have thought.
Oh, money talks.
Well, why do you say that?
Well, you told me about having a pirate radio station to blast into Clacton, so it's not covered by the election rules. You've been talking about financing a sort of right-wing momentum movement. I just wonder if has politics now just become a sort of rich man's hobby for you?
Well, I think from my perspective, the reason I'm interested in it is that if you look at what's happening out in the country, it's clear the Conservatives are going to win a massive majority. I think UKIP's policy should be put in country before party and only putting up candidates against Brexit not against Brexit MPs.
Is UKIP over?
I don't think so. And in fact, I think the electoral mass is quite interesting because first past the post effectively could actually help UKIP in this example. The SNP won 50-odd seats with 1.5 million votes. UKIP got, one MP with 4 million. And what we're seeing is a total collapse of Labour. Now, in that situation, in certain seats up north in Hartlepool and other seats like that, the total collapse of the Labour Party could help UKIP to actually win a few seats.
Is UKIP over?
Well, it looks that way, yes. They haven't made much of a dent in Labour's vote in the north. They don't really have a defining issue anymore, and all the polls that we've seen published since the election was called show UKIP voters going to Conservatives.
Is UKIP over?
It always happens when the Conservative Party goes far to the right, which it is, really hard Brexit. There is no space for BNP, UKIP and all of that. But what...
Are you associating BNP with UKIP policy?
Well, all right movements to the right of the Conservatives get eaten up when the Conservatives move as far right as Theresa May has gone. But I think what your enterprise shows is how it's really time to reform funding of political parties. It is disgraceful that very rich people can move in and bankroll the UKIP, the Brexit campaign to the extent that they did. We need proper state funding of parties.
Bankrolling
well, not trade unions either. Well, I want state funding of parties.
I assume the reform would include trade unions in your
Indeed.
Party. Right. Is UKIP over?
Well, it's lost its talisman in Nigel Farage. It was a one-man party, I'm sorry to say. People liked him. Also, having voted for Brexit, its reason to be has gone. So it will still take votes off Labour and Conservatives, but only from probably the don't-knows.
I think that there are seats in certain places where if enough Tories back UKIP, they could win. Hartlepool is a good example, exactly, where Tories will never win. Okay. So I think you've been slightly... The demise of UKIP has been forecasted many times before, but I don't see a Tory candidate winning in a place like Hartlepool. Okay. And so we could see, and I think we will see, a total collapse of the Labour vote.
We shall see. The leader of the party of which you tell me you're still patron, Paul Nuttall, he said that he would ban the burqa and the niqab in public. What's your view?
I'm not personally in favour of that. I think people have a right to their religious beliefs. I think there are certain circumstances where if it's a security issue, maybe at airports or public transport, it's acceptable. But I'm not in favour of curtailing people's
But in a way, you've
freedom.
gone a bit further than him, haven't you? Because you tweeted that you wanted to ban Muslim immigration.
Yeah, I mean, my view is that the problem we've had with lack of integration in certain communities has come about by mass open-door immigration. So I'm
So if you're a
it's two
Muslim,
different
you
sort
just
of
wouldn't be
things.
allowed in?
No, what I said in the tweet was, I think there should be a ban on immigration, particularly.
No, you said Muslim immigration.
Right, that's what I believe.
So
We have a Muslim
So if you're
problem.
a world-famous doctor coming to help
Yeah.
one of our big teaching hospitals in this country, because you're a Muslim, you couldn't get in.
We've got to start somewhere. There's huge problems in these areas where 20% of the population don't speak the language. They haven't integrated in. We have to
So complete
control
ban.
immigration. In fact, if you read the rest of the tweet, it's control of immigration. A 10-year ban on unskilled immigration and
The first thing you
otherwise.
said is to ban Muslim immigration. It's in black and white.
I've said that. I'm not
Right.
disputing
No, and I'm
that.
just questioning that.
Well,
Really
there's
is
my
what
answer.
you want to do.
My answer is you can't possibly curtail someone's religious freedoms, but what you can do is stop adding to the problem.
Doesn't that sound a bit like the BNP?
I don't think so.
Like BNP, like Trump.
Well-
It's just, you know, we hate Muslims. Fine,
Well,
that's what
Polly,
you're standing
you know,
for.
final
That's
word.
Well,
clear as clear as
final
anything.
word is that we've had open door mass immigration from the Conservative Party, we've had it from the Labour Party, and it's fine for you in North London to say these things. If you live in Oldham and your community has been radically changed and you've got a whole population there that are not integrating in, not speaking the language, something's got to be done.
All right, we better leave it there. Thanks for coming today.
No
En
problem.
route
Thank
to
you.
Clacton.
En route to Clacton.
See how you get on there.
Thank you.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.